What's going on, everybody? This is Cannabis Guru, and I got an update for you. Excuse me. I feel like I start off all my videos like that, hacking up along. Anyways, I've gotten through that. I'm not going to call this a G13 anymore. I know the pack said G13, but dude, this is not a G13, bro. I mean, I want to call it a G13, you know what I mean? Because, like I said, the package calls it a G13, but you look at the shit on this, and you go online and you ask if a G13 has red stripes. You know, there's stripes there, stripes right there. So, yeah, that alone right there says a lot to me. You know, I got the red stripes right there, right there. So, I mean, part of it's from the sun, and the other part is genetics. Excuse me. So, yeah, it is what it is. Like I said, I really don't think it's a G13, but that's what the package called it. I would like to know what strain it really is. But one thing I noticed is that this strain does not like it outside. It's just not digging the outdoors. It's tacoing like a son of a bitch on the outer leaves, and it happens with weather, like temperature changes and humidity changes and stuff like that. Granted, it's a defense mechanism, and the plant's trying to protect itself, right? There's a big hole right here, but it doesn't do that inside. Okay. The plant, when I had it indoors, when I was vegging it never did that, and it looked beautiful inside. Out here, it just looks kind of haggard a little bit, I think, because of the tacoing. It's just so severe, and it's not, like I said, it's not a deficiency or a burn or anything like that. It's definitely the environment. You can see that I can get it a little bit of a different view through the camera here, through the phone, than with my naked eye. I need glasses really bad, so this makes it easier for me to see a lot of times. But yeah, the leaves look healthy, dude. You know, there's no pests. The green is, you know, it's not as dark as I would like it. Indoors, whoa, something's trying to freaking sting me. Sorry about that. Indoors, it's a dark green, like that. Okay. Out here on the outer leaves, it's not a dark green, as you can see. It's a lighter green. The further you go into the plant, the darker it gets. But you know, it's weird, dude. And there's no tacoing inside, or very little. See, like right there, it's not tacoing at all. The new growth is doing fine. So yeah, it's definitely the environment. This plant does not like being outside, from what I can tell, from the signs that I'm seeing. It's definitely an indoor strain. So hopefully she buds out good. One thing I like about it is that the stems are really fucking thick, dude. You know, indoors, this plant's gonna do phenomenal. It really should. Well, I can't say that because, so let me retract that statement. I don't know if it'll do phenomenal or not because I haven't seen it bud out yet. But if it buds out like it veggies, it should be a phenomenal plant. But yeah, it's just not liking the outdoors. Not liking it. I haven't had to do any lollipopping. The plant's lollipop for the season. people have been giving me shit for how much I lollipop the plant, but the reason it's been lollipop so much is because I water with a bucket, and I stand up. Okay, I got a really bad back and shit like that, so I'm not going to bend over to water my plant, and I don't want my vegetation getting wet. I don't want to get PM. I've had that happen before. Okay, and it's, once you get it, it spreads, and it's a bitch to get rid of, especially when you catch it during flower. So that's why I lollipop so much, you know, and I don't give a shit if people give me shit for it. Eventually, you won't even be able to tell that it was, you know, more than half the plant was cut off. So, but yeah, I had a lot of, I guess you could call them suckers. They were just coming out, you know, they were really fucking short. They weren't coming out to here, they were getting overran. So that's the other reason all this shit came out. Pulled a good amount off this plant. And you can see that she's spreading out. She was really dense and compact when I put her out here originally. Now she's spread out a lot. I mean, look at it. It's freaking, it's wide. It's not tall. Okay, definitely taller than it was when I first got out here. But it's wide, dude. And it's a 30-gallon pot. And it's almost twice as wide as the pot. So I still got it tied down. It's not wrapped around the stalk. As you can see, it's just to keep, because the wind blows a lot, and fucking it's trying to blow it over a little bit. I mean, you know, make it at an angle. So I've been keeping it up, and I've been rotating the pot because I didn't rotate it there for a while, and the plant got lopsided. So she's doing better now. I got a lot of side shoots coming out. Let's see if I can, not on these ones really. Like right here, I got some side shoots coming out. Like right down here, you can see some of the side shoots. So she's expanding. She's definitely expanding. She's gonna fill in all these dead spots, hopefully. I'm done super cropping, so I won't be doing anything to help out the plant as far as bushing out goes. So it's just all what Mother Nature intends it to do. I watered this morning. I don't remember what time it is. It's probably, I think it's a little after 6. But yeah, I just got done watering. You can see the bucket. 5 gallons of pH water with 5 mils of silica per gallon. So I gave it a total of 25 mils of silica and pH water. So no CalMag. I think I gave it plenty of CalMag the last time I fed it. And it's not, the CalMag is not what contributed to the tacoing of the leaves, because they would be burnt around the edges, and there's no burning. At first, because I felt like it got worse, but the weather changed after I fed it all that CalMag, and it got colder, so I was worried that I had burned my plant. But yeah, I'm chilling out on the CalMag for a minute until I, you know, notice that it needs it. So it's in Fox Farm Ocean Forest soil, so it should have enough. You know, I've vegged out a complete season, or just veg anyways, with this soil, so I shouldn't have to add any kind of nutrients to this, in theory, at least for a month or so. Depending on the size of the plant, you know what I mean? But this plant, the roots are fucking crazy, dude. So when I first planted it, after a while, you could see a square right here from when it was in the 2x2 pot, and then you could see a circle when it was in the 1 gallon pot, or maybe from when it was in the 7-gallon pot. Anyways, you could see a square and then a circle, right? So I put mycorrhiza in there, covered her with soil and watered, and now it's just full of roots, you know. It's all root, dude. It's all root. It's crazy. Fucking nuts. So, yeah, dude, she's super strong. Super strong. Hardly move that, dude. But when the wind gets moving, dude, it'll move it because it's so top heavy. It's got so much vegetation up here, but you can't really, there's no point in thinning it out. So nothing's yellow in here, you know. She looks healthy. So yeah, I'm pleased, I guess. I just wish the tacoing would go away. But like I said, I feel like this strain does not like it outside. It just can't handle all the climate changes happening, you know, so often. Inside, everything's stable, you know. I don't have to worry about all the climate change shit. But anyways, when I watered, I still didn't notice any runoff. A lot of times, like when I've grown outside in the past, I've had pots this size. I think I have a bigger one in my shed that I had used, and I would always notice when I would get runoff because it has the cutouts, because they were plastic pots. It has the cutouts, and then with the cloth pots too, I would see runoff. I don't see any runoff on this. I'm hoping that no, it's not. It's not really that wet. So I did 5 gallons in this 30-gallon pot. I don't know if there was any runoff or not. Yeah, you just can't tell, you know. I don't have a pallet to put this on. So it is what it is. If I had a pallet, I'd be able to tell. And then I could also sample my runoff, but I'm not able to do that. So I have to go by the runoff, or not the runoff, the pH in the water, and make sure that I keep it at a high enough level to where it, or at the right level to where it sucks up the nutrients like it needs to. So that way I don't get a nute lockout. Because I had one on this plant before, and that's why I kept having to deal with the magnesium deficiency. Because it was in cocoa originally. It's still in cocoa up to a certain point, and then the rest is soil. But my runoff pH was too low, so it wasn't sucking up the nutes like it needed to. So I kept having to put my pH at a 6.5, so the runoff would be at a 6. And I know with soil, they like the pH a little bit higher, if I remember correctly. So I put my pH at like, this morning it was at a 6.3. Usually it's at like between a 6.3 and a 6.5. So it's working out fine. No issues there. Man, these stalks are really thick, dude. She stacks up really nice. Look at that. Really thick stalks. Man, these branches are really thick. Stacking up really nice, dude. They should have some huge ass fucking nuglets. Actually, they wouldn't be nuglets, they would be nuggage. Some huge nugs on this fucking plant when it's done. I'm telling you, boy, there ought to be some nice fucking colas on here. So I'm looking forward to it. With the plant being as short as it is, it'll be a lot easier for me to cover up this fall. As long as it doesn't get, you know, real tall. I don't think this plant's gonna get super duper tall. I think if anything, it's gonna grow at most another foot. And that's with the stretching flower. I bet you anything it won't grow more than another foot. So she's kind of I'm noticing a little bit of a slow grower. Inside she was growing fast. So it kind of wigs me out a little bit. That's why I thought she was gonna be so tall. She's bulking up quickly. The stalks, you know, the branches are thickening up fast, It's widening fast. It's bulking up quick. But as far as like height goes, it's not putting on a lot of height. So, but she's definitely shit since I brought it outside and transplanted it. Out of that 5-gallon pot or whatever it was, 7-gallon pot, something like that. God, I had to cut that pot off too. It pissed me off. It was a good pot. It was brand new, but I couldn't get the fucking plant out of it without fucking up the trunk. So I had to cut it off. But yeah, this plant is probably what, quadrupled in size, 4 or 5 times bigger now, and it's been out for going on a month. It's been out almost a month. So she's changed a lot. She's grown actually quite a bit in a month. Yeah, I would definitely say so. But yeah, dude, look, you can see how lopsided she actually, it's not as bad now that I've been rotating the plant. She's starting to even out some. Yeah, she's starting to even out more. See, what it was is that this side, if you come over here to this side, you can see that it's a little bit lopsided, but the sun is like from right here most of the day all the way over like here most of the day. So this side has been getting a lot of sun, bringing these short ones up and evening things out, bringing these, it's getting more sun, so these are coming up more and starting to even out with those ones over there, because originally they were on the back side, and I hadn't rotated the plant, and yeah, it's no bueno. If you can rotate your plant, it's best to rotate your plant. Otherwise I would have a lopsided plant, because the sun where we're at right now, this time and point in the summertime, it like does a half circle, you know. It'll rise over there, come over this way, over that way, and then it will set over there. So, and it goes behind those fucking trees and shit over there, those big tall ones, so I lose some of the light. But yeah, so you'll get like a plant that's twisted and shit, you know what I mean, if you don't rotate it. It fucks things up. So I forgot about that, because indoors, I mean, with the way the lights are and shit, you don't really need to worry about rotating your plants. But outside, depending on where you're at and how big the plant is, you want to rotate it. You know, down in California with those big old fucking trees that they grow, you can't rotate one of those. But this one, being in a 30-gallon pot, I can rotate it. So that's what I'm going to keep doing, just to make sure that it stays symmetrical, or try to keep it symmetrical anyways. I wish this hole would fill in right here. This thing is super tight. Some of these branches need to come out. So if I were to top it, I could get them to come out, but there's no point in doing that. It'll fuck everything up. I want these to be nice, you know, nice colas. Some fat chunky nuggets on there. So I've treated this plant with neem oil twice. I need to treat it again before it gets too big. Like I said, I don't think it's gonna get that big, but you know, you always end up missing spots when they get bigger with the neem oil. So I want to make sure that my plant doesn't get any mites. You just never know, you know. Generally, the healthier your plant is, the less likely you are to get mites. But it also depends on the weather, the environment, you know. So I would rather not risk it. So I spray with neem oil. And if I see any critters in the dirt, I put diatomaceous earth down. But it's doing good. I've already put diatomaceous earth down twice to get rid of any soft-bodied insects that had gotten in there, and it's worked out fine. The bug killer granules that I put on the ground around it, they've done pretty well, except for the fucking pincher bugs. The earwigs don't seem to be bugged by it. No pun intended. They don't seem to be bothered by the granules, and some other bugs too. So I don't know, it's kind of weird. Maybe I need to put it down again, but we'll see. So anyways, that's pretty much all I got, you guys. It's been 20 minutes. So if you have any comments or questions, go ahead and post them. Like the video, smash the bell and subscribe to see the rest of my grow. This is the Cannabis Guru. Till next time, peace.